Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagem. You guys, we need to talk about the Louis Vuitton Autumn Winter 2023 show. Tell me what you think of this format. It's going to be short and sweet. I'd love to know what you think. And without further ado, let's get started and talk about some of the cool things that you can reserve from this collection. This Louis Vuitton like street sign bag is so cool. So like if you haven't been to Paris before, the street signs in the Paris city center are like green and blue like this. This is a beautiful piece. You have to get this if you love Louis Vuitton. I have no idea how much this is going to cost. I'm going to South Africa in a few weeks. I'm going to South Africa in a few weeks. I'm going to ask my LV SA how much this is. Oh my god, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's such a fun piece. They're doing more of these fun novelty pieces at the moment. I think fun pieces is what makes Louis Vuitton fun. And I love to see this kind of humor and cheerfulness. Like the panoramic is 3 years, in or ended or whatever. It's so great to see fun again. I love it. The next one is this beautiful Maison Vendôme trunk bag. So this is the Place Vendôme. This bag is meant to look like the Place Vendôme Maison. There are 2 maisons for Louis Vuitton in France, and this is one of them. And this is the Place Vendôme boutique, is where you get like the fine jewelry and the high jewelry collections. And it opens up into these like small compartments. I think it's so cute, so darling. I absolutely love this as well. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna die. I'm gonna die because this is the Dauphine top handle. You know, the Dauphine is my favorite bag of all time from any brand. And Guesquière basically pretty much like brought the Dauphine back from the archives, retooled the whole design, and created a line of bags within the Dauphine family. So the Dauphine is one of the iconic bags from LV. It's never going to be discontinued. And he loves reverse monogram. I feel like reverse monogram is Guesquière's thing, because I think before he came, I don't think he invented it, but it's like no one was checking for reverse monogram like that. But now it's like when because he's here, he's been working at LV for 10 years. This is like reverse monogram is his thing. This is going to go, it's going to be huge. I'm going to ask my SA about this as well. This is going to be huge. I'm not going to produce a wish list video this year, but the only thing I'm going to buy this year that is definitely I'm going to get like on my next trip when I go to Europe is the Dauphine Like that's the #1 thing that's on my list. Everything else, it's like if I buy it, it happens, but this is the #1 thing that's on my list. When I saw this top handle, I was like, oh my god, literally, like oh my god. I just hope it makes it into production. This is a really special piece. This is a catwalk version. We don't know, maybe the finished one will look different. Louis Vuitton does that. Sometimes their catwalk like versions are very different from the ones that are commercialized. This one looks great so far, and it looks fantastic. And I've always wondered what a Dauphine would look like with a top handle, and finally it's here. There's also this twist bag. It looks like a Chanel 19 with these big quilts. I love it. Even though it's blue, I do love it, and I think it's very, very cute. They're these like caramel boots, again with reverse monogram. It's his thing, he loves reverse monogram. These are interesting. They're these white ankle like sandals. The heel is very chunky. I think these would be comfortable. They look kind of awkward to wear, but I feel like they'd be comfortable because the heel's chunky. Oh my goodness, going to melt down. This bag is going to go, it's going to be huge, honey. I think it's alongside the Queen Dauphine top handle as the 2 best bags of this collection. It is this Mal, which looks like someone has taken caramel and hot chocolate and made it look like marble and put it on the bag. Gorgeous, beautiful, literally gonna melt down. Literally, it's just so stunning. I think this is gonna be huge, and that handle, I'm loving it. Okay, in my Justin Timberlake voice, I'm loving it. Para pa pa pa. Like this is amazing. Love it. There's also this. I think this looks like a speedy version of it. This is interesting. I prefer the Mal, I think the Mal is such a vibe. Again, one of his creations and his original designs. One thing I like about Gesquet is Gesquet is going to promote things that he created, boo-boo, or that he popularized. If he didn't popularize it or create it, boo-boo, it is not on that catwalk. And I love that. I love that he only pushes his stuff. I would do the same. There's this twist bag. It looks like a loaf of bread. It looks really yummy. It looks like a loaf of bread. It looks very interesting. There's this bag here. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not like crazy about it. There are also these like super-sized almas, like they're massively big. They're like really, 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 really big. I'd love to know what you think about them as well. The clothing was typical Gesquet, very sculptural and architectural. That seems to be his thing. This was a really good autumn-winter show. I really, really like this collection, and yeah, I love the accessories and the bags from this collection. I would love to know what you guys are going to be reserving from this collection. I need to know if they're going to make that top handle Dauphine. Literally, I was like, I'm gonna get the Dauphine when I go to Europe next in summer, and then this Paris. And I love top handles, but I'm still going to get the Dauphine MM because I think that's the right bag for me at the moment. I've been using the Longchamp bag that I bought in Paris, which I love, but my god, the color, the leather is super delicate because of the color. So I have to like clean the bag on the outside because it hasn't got color transfer, but like it's such a delicate color because it was like this, if you remember my Paris haul, which is by the way on my luxury unboxing playlist, like it was like this very light petal pink. Yeah, very light petal pink. It looks like a flower petal, and it looks like yeah, just it's very, very, very light, and it's very delicate. Like it's a like I really like Longchamp bags, and I'll get another one of those pliage extra small bags, but I think in a more durable color. I love pink; it's my favorite color, but it has to be maybe a super bright pink, like a fuchsia, because these very light pinks, they're so dainty and they're so like hard to kind of maintain the upkeep. Whereas I feel like the Dauphine MM in the reverse monogram canvas, or even in the epi leather in black, that's much more durable, I think, for my lifestyle. So yeah, so this year I'm not filming a luxury wish list at all this year. I just want to kind of play things by ear and see what I end up buying when I go traveling, because when you travel, like you might see other things that you like, but the only thing that is 100% going to be purchased this summer is the Dauphine MM. I would love to know how much that top handle is going to be, but other than that, let's just see what happens. If I go to the stores, when I go shopping, if I see something I like, I'll pick it up. If I don't, then I'll leave home empty-handed, and that's fine. I'd love to know what you guys are going to be reserving from this. I do love the top handle Dauphine, but I still think I should get the MM anyway. I don't know if that like top handle Dauphine, is it going to make it into production, and if it does, will it look exactly like how it looks on the catwalk? Because Louis Vuitton is notorious for changing designs and making them different, and then it's like you're like so excited because you're like, woo, like I'm gonna buy this thing from Louis Vuitton, and then when it's commercialized in the boutique, it's very, very, very different. They did this with the bags from the collection. I think that was the cruise collection where we saw the extra large bags. I don't remember which collection exactly from last year, where those like extra large bags, like the key pouch and the luggage tag bags, the name tag bags, like everyone was so excited, they were horrifically big, and then now the ones in the boutique are very, very, very small. And people are upset about that, and the price is still quite high, and they're quite small, and it's a vachetta. It's like a vachetta overload. Nightmare. So they're known for doing that. So I can't say, oh, I'm going to buy the top handle one, because I have no idea how it's going to look like once it's in the store. And this is autumn winter. I mean, I'll ask my SA in Johannesburg like when they expect to get it in the boutique, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Maybe it'll be like August or something, or at the end of July, who knows, something like that, So anyway, I'd love to know what you guys are reserving from Louis Vuitton. I have lots of great Louis Vuitton content coming up. My approach for Louis Vuitton this year, Louis Vuitton is one of the top 5 brands I'm going to be focusing on. In one of my videos earlier this year, I said that there are 5 brands I'm going to be focusing on because they're the brands that have shown loyalty to Africa. So the brands that are loyal to Africa in terms of having a boutique in Africa at the very least, they're the brands that are going to be getting my money. So let me just quickly remind you, because I'd mentioned it in a previous video, in no particular order: Louis Vuitton, obviously, Cartier, Bulgari, Gucci, and Versace. And I'm going to also be shopping more from Ferragamo. So Ferragamo will add that as the 6th one because they have a boutique in Sandton City. All 6 of those brands have locations in Sandton City. I'm also interested in Burberry, which has a location in Sandton City as well. So those are the top 5 brands, and then we'll add Ferragamo and Burberry. All 7 of those brands have have locations that are all run by the brands themselves. With the exception of Versace, which is run by a franchise. So moving forward, like after this summer, so this summer I'm going to go to Europe, I'm going to go to the UK and the EU. After this summer though, like I really want to just be shopping mainly in South Africa. I'm going to go to South Africa in a few weeks' time before going to Europe because I want to, I want to kind of do that FaceTime at Louis Vuitton so that I can be more established at the Johannesburg store. My like purchase history there so far is just a perfume, so I need to build my purchase history at the Johannesburg store. But obviously I have purchase history from shopping in Paris as well, and the profiles are linked. So I feel like luxury shopping, if you live in a country without a store, you kind of have to approach it the way I'm approaching it. If you're similar to me, you live in a country that doesn't have a boutique, you need to, I think, and if you live in Africa specifically, you need to, I think, be going to South Africa like once every 3 to 4 months to kind of be seen, pick up items, buy things, and also continue to kind of maintain your profile. I feel like anything under once every 4 months for Johannesburg is probably not enough. I think Paris or London, it's okay to go twice a year, but I feel like for South Africa, just because most countries in Africa don't need visas to go to Johannesburg, it's just much easier. So I'll be going to Johannesburg in a few weeks. I will definitely film a travel vlog for that. This summer, going to Europe, so a bunch of cities. I'll be going to Paris, London, Geneva, Berlin hopefully as well. Hopefully Amsterdam, we'll see if I can convince my husband as well. And then my American trip is going to be pushed like way forward. I'll go at some point this year. I have no idea when I'm going to go to America, but hopefully I'll go this year as well. And then, like I said, trying to go to South Africa once every 4 months. I think that is workable for me, like with my schedule and everything. Because I feel like if you can't go, like I think if you're in Africa and you can't go to the luxury stores every 4 months, I feel like it's going to be hard to kind of maintain your profile and your presence there, unless you're like a really big spender and you can drop like, 50k, 60, 70k in a day or something like that. Okay, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this Autumn-Winter 2023 preview. What's your approach to building your Louis Vuitton profile this year? How are you going to be approaching spending? Do you plan to be spending a lot or not really? I'd love to know what you think. The great thing about Louis Vuitton is Louis Vuitton have so many new releases, so it's really exciting to constantly like go there. I think would be super exciting for me because they will have a lot of new releases. I feel like brands like, brands like Big H, it's like Big H don't have a cruise show, they don't have haute couture, like Big H doesn't really do a lot, to be honest. They just do spring, summer, autumn, winter, so it's kind of like, it's hard to kind of get super excited about a brand that doesn't release a lot of like ready to wear. It's, for me, it's a little bit hard. Dior does a lot, and Dior is fantastic, but they don't have a boutique in South Africa. So that's not to say that Chanel, Big H, and Dior will not be getting my loyalty, but they won't be getting it as much as those 7 brands that I've just mentioned, and specifically those 5 brands, and I want to explore Ferragamo and Burberry more this year. Okay, I think I've talked enough. I need to be quiet now. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. Follow me on all of my socials. They're linked below. Go join my Facebook group. Sign up to my email newsletter. Go read the blog because the blog has all the pictures. If you just want to see pictures, they're all on my blog. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.